What's up, YouTube? Back with another video. Ali Mamba. It is Sunday, November 26th, 2023. And here to make videos about tire shop business and multiple streams of income. It is 2:40 p.m. and we're closed for the day. Hey guys, back with a video. It's a long time I haven't posted anything, and been very busy with doing a lot of things. But today was a very awesome day. So it started out being like normal, right? And yeah, I was just already happy with our progress during the day, and then it became very, very profitable. So I had this ad on OfferUp, and pretty much I sold 4 new tires from it, and it was new tires that have been there for a while. So it's one of those, I don't have to buy them again, you know. So it's kind of like all money for the pocket, right? And then after that, a customer I've been talking to during the week, he came and he did this big old job. And so like that big old job was like a whole bunch of like sales of tires and stuff, right? And so by that time it was like 2 hours left or so, or an hour and a half left or something like that. And so like I decided to close the shop with the gates pretty much, right? Because I knew like I had like that job, and then I had another job after that. It was a flat tire that he left, and I told him come back in an hour and a half, right? So we had that, and I was like, I figured, okay, well, we have, you know, good amount of time before that. If anything, if things go faster than expected, then I can always open it back up. So then we're working on those, and then another car comes. A customer of mine, he said, I want 4 new tires. And it was pretty much these 195 55 16 Bridgestones, right? They're right here. So then I told him, hey, we're gonna be a while, so you want to go get something to eat or whatever, come back, I got you. So he left, he got something to eat, came back, and then another guy comes, and this is all by his clothes, already closed, right? Another guy comes like, hey, I talked to you, I got 4 tires, I want you to mount on. You're the only guy open, and they're 16s and a half. I'm like, all right, cool. I mean, yeah, we'll do it. I mean, I said we'll do it because we had talked during the day already too. Like he called me like at 9 or 10 or something like that, and he's like, I got these tires, can I come? Like, yeah. So he came through, but he came around like 1 o'clock, right? So he was, I told him, hey, but you gotta wait like about an hour. He's like, no problem. And so I got all these cars, like all these like big jobs lined up. And then after that, like about, 20 more minutes after that, another guy comes, man. He goes, another one of my very good customers. And he's like, hey, I want 4 new tires, LT 265 75 16s. And I'm like, well, you can't say no to that, right? He's like, hell yeah, let's do it. Anyways, we knocked it all out. Just fast forward the story, and it only took like 218. We were all closed up already. 218 done. All the tires were done. Everything was done, and it was just like massive profit. And this is like within, I don't know, 2.5 hours of time. And before that, it was already good. And yeah, I mean, it's just like a lot of people, man, they need tires, and a lot of people, I don't know, I kind of see it right now. It's like, it's kind of like weird timing, that, I feel that a lot of these jobs came from people not working, like the tire shops are not open or something, that normally are, right? And which is fine. This happened to me before. Like there was a period of time that happened to me a lot. I don't know if it's like I remember it was like holiday time or something, but like it was just like all my work plus like work from other shops, right? And it happens like when a very good shop closes, and then like customers go, they don't like the new owners, and then they'll come us, because like you know how it is, man. If you're in the business and you own a tire shop, you know that you're like, for some people you're the primary tire shop, and for people some people you're the secondary tire shop, right? So in my case, my shop is very, very, very good with service. And because of that, I put my prices a little bit more up compared to the guy that's cheaper, right? And then let's say there's another guy that's cheaper, but his service is not all that, and people prefer to wait because, like, just an example, they have like just like 2 guys, and I have like 4 guys or something, or 5 guys, which means the job goes by faster, right? And in the other case, it'll be like slower, but the price will be cheaper, right? And so like some people prefer paying a little less and waiting, and some people be like, I prefer to get the better service and, you know, paying a little bit more, right? And so let's just say this one shop closed, and that was, let's say, the little bit cheaper price, but they don't like the new guy. I mean, the new guys just suck, right? Sorry to say, but so like a lot of their customers came to like me, which I'm the closest one, and a lot of them went to another shop that's my biggest competition, pretty much. And it happens like that too with, like, let's say holidays or whatever, that it's like, you know, we all we got is you, and you're badass to just handle this business, and because of that, you know, you get paid real well, you get a lot of profit, and I'm down to work, so let's do it, right? Anyways, it's been very good, the tire shop business. I've been working really hard, and so, like, you know how it is, you're working for a purpose, right? So you open up a shop for the purpose of something, right? And, you know, it's not just to open up a shop because you like a shop. By the way, there's some people like that don't care about making not money. They don't care about money. They just want to work, and, you know, if they're broke, who cares? Like, they just want to work. I know people like that that have a shop, and but the majority of people want to make a shop to make money, right? To make a profit. So for me, I've been working really hard for my real estate business right now. So right now, the shop is made for pretty much funding my real estate business, which is buying real estate rentals. I love the rentals. I mean, I invest in housing. I feel like that's gonna be huge. I mean, it's already huge in California around here. There's already a shortage of housing. And as more time goes by, there's gonna be more of a demand because there is not enough housing being built compared to the demand, right? And it is what it is. It just, as more time goes by, yeah, there's gonna be more built, but there's gonna be even more demand than there is now. And it's just the way it's been, and it's for the last who knows how many years, right? And I'm talking about Cali, I'm talking about SoCal. And so I feel, you know, for me, my strategy is pretty much just buy as many damn fucking units I can. Just keep buying as much as I can. The finances will figure it out somehow. It'll work, even if it's temporary, and I'll take care of it with the tire shop. But when that 1 year mark passes, it's got to become profitable. That's the whole thing. It's like, okay, I'm down to go a year negative cash flow on if I got to do that on, let's say, my next property with multi-unit family, right? But I'm not willing to go like more than a year negative cash flow. So I'm not like no flip or nothing like that. I buy and hold, right? And use that 1031 exchange as my strategy to get bigger. And so yeah, my whole purpose of the tire shop right now is to keep coming up with money and upgrading the buildings, or, you know, whatever it is I see at that time that I can do that's gonna give it value, so when the next person buys the place, I make a profit, right? And it's things that is not killing me with like, oh, it's costing too much money, No, it's pretty much a steady, like, I feel it's been like a steady, like, 1 or 2 workers that I have for weeks already working on my properties, just doing upgrades. And I love it. I fucking love it, man. I feel like a true, like, like, I don't know, like a real, like, real estate investor. I know eventually I'm gonna have to, stop this and save and then buy again after this purchase. But it just feels like, man, like, I know people who do this, right? Like, I know people that have, like build a construction company full time for their own rentals. And hopefully I get there one day for many years from now. But for now, I just got, like, a handy, like, not a handyman, but, like, pretty much a construction guy that I just hired that right now he's building a wall. So he's building a wall, and it's like, I don't know, it's about, like, I don't know if it's like 80 feet or something like that, maybe more, maybe less. But I'm gonna put, like, fake trees and, like, fake plants, and so, like, the people don't tag, you know what I mean? Like, those taggers and shit, they're not gonna be able to tag on my wall because I got, like, a bunch of fake trees in front of it, and leaves and stuff like that, right? But all that stuff is just, money from the tire shop. It just, paying this guy, giving value to it, and after that, hopefully in the next, 2 weeks or less, I figure out financing for my next deal. It's very, very, very hard right now to get financing for the real estate business. It's just so expensive with, not only that, with the interest rate, but it's very expensive with the down payment. That's the bigger one. The down payment part is the one that's harder. That's why it's harder. I feel that right now, people that are buying is not that. Why the whole thing stopped is not about really, like, the payment. You can figure out the payment. Yeah, you get it. You work hard. You pay that shit off, right? For the month, right? Your monthly mortgage. But I feel the hard part is coming up with that big down payment because the banks are asking for more money now. So it's like, I gotta look for new ways or new places to look for financing. But that's just the whole thing right now. Just keep working, man. All these customers coming in. I need all that money, man. Just bring it all and shit, Bring all the work you want, man. I'm freaking down, and my team is down. Let's go. But this is the way it is, man. You're gonna have to suffer one way or another, right? It's like, oh yeah, you can have a good life, but you're gonna suffer with not buying rentals. Just an example, right? You have the nice car, the nice house. That's fine. You're not suffering there, but you're gonna suffer with, yeah, man, I can't even buy a property, man. I don't got enough money, right? Or the other way is like, you're buying properties. It's like, you're gonna be suffering with, like, I don't got much money for myself. Like, I don't have, like, a nice truck or nothing like that I can, like, feel comfortable always use. I have a truck, but it's not, like, super nice, man. It's just, like, older stuff. But it's because I'm putting all my money forward. It's just going forward to the properties. Just keep, bringing it in and putting all that over there. Just keep rolling that freaking money over there. And that thing is just growing. And one day it's gonna be like, wow, look at this shit, man. This business I created, a freaking animal. You know what I mean? So it's just, one day at a time. And so I'm like, well, hey, we gotta work, man. Just, come in, do what you gotta do. Come in your work clothes. If you have lunch, bring your lunch and just get to work, right? Yeah, so that's so much just a bunch of that. So we're going tomorrow and going to this credit union, and I'm gonna see what's up with their loans, right? To buy my next multi-family property of 5 units and up. Pretty much I'm ready with the money and all that. It's just the financing I gotta figure out. And yes, there is financing available already in place that I can go ahead and move forward. But that is a very expensive loan. And once you get that loan, you're like stuck with it for, I don't know, a long time, right? And it's gonna be very expensive if you want to get out. Instead, if you want to wait a little bit of time, find out a better option and do it the right way, then it's gonna be like, all right, we're really good for like a solid 5 years minimum, right? And that's what you really want. You really want to do things the right way. When I was starting out and just doing I'm just gonna figure out, how do I get my down payment get the damn loans, get the property, and if it cash flows, no, yes, I don't give a fuck, right? You know, yeah, that's a great way to start, in my opinion, and I wouldn't change anything I've done when it was because I still got the properties and they're like very good, solid pieces of properties. But if you want to do things the smarter way, then we'd be like, okay, what if I can stretch my money a little bit more? And what if I can get a better interest rate, a little bit better? And what if I can get a down payment a little bit lower than currently? Then your mind starts thinking. It's like that Robert Kiyosaki phrase says, when you say I cannot afford it, I can't afford it, your mind closes, right? It's pretty much the end. But when you say, how can I afford it? Then that's when your mind starts working. And then you're like, well, I'm going to look at credit unions, see what they offer. I'm going to look at banks. I'm you know, look for money, right? Look how can I do this thing, right? And so now that's when you become a smarter investor, you know, a smarter way of doing business. And so that's why I'm going to be like taking my time right now. It's just like, you know what? Slow it down. Let's go to these freaking credit unions and see what their loans look like, because I've been hearing very good things about credit unions, and let's go from there. It doesn't mean I'm going to be changing financing now that if I find a better way to finance properties, to change the ones that I currently have, or yeah, I'm not going to do that, but I will go and change it next time when it's time to make a move on my next deal. And I'm telling you, man, like if you're profitable in the tire shop business, you're doing the right way, you're working really hard, you're acquiring customers the right way, and just doing everything legit. You know, something bad happens at a tire shop, you handle it like a man, you know what I mean? Like, you know, none of this soft stuff, none of this trying to hide around it. Go hide in the back when something happens, right? Then your customers are gonna respect it much, and they're gonna bring even more business. If they don't, well, at least they're happy and they're comfortable. Like, hey, this happened, they took care of it. I'm happy. Let me go to another tire shop, right? Whatever. But the point is, like, your reputation is everything, and when you know, if you go that goes bad, then you're gonna be losing a lot of customers. It's like, man, it's like so hard to get, like, it's not that hard, but I just say it's harder to get like one good referral, one good, you know, to when if something goes bad, now if you're saying, okay, now something goes bad, now like 7 or 10 people hear about it, and they're not gonna come, compared to like that very good job you did and you got one good customer. So like, you want to always handle that too. So you just got to do both at the same time. Be really smart with your money, save, invest here and there, like get your money back real quick, and then buy a piece of property with it. Now that thing's gonna really make you some big money in the future. And I mean, even if you do it like, and you want to think about the near future, if you're about the cash flow, yeah, it will make you cash flow too every month. But you know, in reality, all the big money here in Cali is made in the equity. So I much rather make the big money in the equity than go for cash flow. And some of my cash flowing properties, I will be doing 1031s to go after equity instead, because a cash flowing property will only be a cash flowing property. But if you exchange it into the 1031 exchange and go bigger, then you're gonna be now shooting for rent raises, property improvements, anywhere you can like get some value out of it, you go for it. You just, you know, and I don't know, like if it's like very good, like landscaping or something, I'll do that too, man. But where my properties are at, it's not valuable when it comes to landscaping. In the very nice areas, like in, let's say, Arnold, San Diego, or Arcadia or something, that goes a long ways. Oh yeah, I'll do that. I'll fucking put plants and all that stuff. But if you're like in Bakersfield, where I'm at, they care more about having a place to live, clean, and that's it. You know, I'll pay you the rent, just a clean place, and, you know, roof over my head, and I'm happy, right? And if it's even a little nicer than normal, then hey, I'm staying here long term, and that's what I'm doing. I'm just making it a little bit nicer than normal, and that's good enough to be like, hey, I'm happy. I'm a working class guy. I'm not here to show off or nothing, whatever. But if I have family or friends, I want it to be at least decent enough to like they don't say it's the ugly place where you live, or it's the ugly area that you live. And yeah, I'll be happy to be here long term, no problem. I'm happy here, and that's what you want. And if they keep paying like that, they keep, that means they pay for everything. They pay for your mortgage, they pay for your taxes, they pay for your expenses, they pay for everything. They pay for your loans that you can bring out in the future, and that's what you want. And then you keep moving forward. You keep getting bigger and you keep getting bigger. But yeah, it all starts with something like this, like a tire shop that's just gonna be producing you just monthly, daily cash flow, and that is gonna be your job. How are you gonna grow that cash flow? Or how are you gonna grow that cash that you already have? Grow that, that money that you're getting. How are you gonna make that thing bigger? And like I say, it's like a tire shop business. If you're gonna come in it, you gotta go into real estate too eventually, because it's just okay. If you become really good at it, you just have to grow bigger somehow. And the tire shop business is not gonna give you that much, value in the future when it comes to like growing the business. Like you can grow it so much, but eventually it's like you rather have something that you're not gonna be there, and that thing grows on its own. That business keeps growing on its own without you being there working it, and that's what you really want. You're gonna be at your business, making money, closing these customers and all that, and your other business or businesses, and say multiple properties, is gonna keep growing without you, right? Or somebody handling the business, like just putting in a little bit of hours, which is like, let's say you're a property manager, just to manage it, not even to make it grow, just to manage it, and make that thing just like prosper. With a team, you can make it happen, right? You can also do it by yourself if you want to. I can go and self-manage my properties if I wanted to, but I don't want to do that right now. I'm just so busy over here. And you got to think about how much is the property manager going to cost you, right? 6% per month. Think about that. 6% per month on your rents. How much is that per month? Do the calculations. Okay, it's going to cost me this much. Okay, they're going to make a little extra here, a little extra there. They're going to try to squeeze some money out of you. Okay, how much is that, right? No problem. If you get a good property manager, that's what it's going to be. I don't want to talk about bad ones, but let's just talk about the good ones. So then it's like, okay, for a month, this is what it's going to cost me for them to take care of everything over there. Take care of the phone calls, take care of that. Is it worth it? Yes or no? So some people, it'll be yes. So some people, it'll be a no. It all depends on you, right? For me, I'm at that place where I'm like, yes, it is worth it. If I had a lot less business, if I was kind of like starting out and all that, then it would be like, yes, I'd rather do it myself and save that money every single month. That's some money I can use, and I'll do it. And for my own properties that I have owned for years and managed myself, I continue to manage it myself just because it's already very easy. I have my tenants for many years. They already know me. I know them. So there's it's very minimal work to take care of them. And the new ones, I'll just keep getting my new property manager to handle the new stuff. Just keep handling my new stuff, and I'll just take care of my old stuff, right? And that's just the way I prefer to do things, because it's already very easy to handle mine and very easy for them to handle my new stuff. But that's gonna make just keep growing, and just your money just go keep growing on its own. It's on its own. That just grows on its own and just grows on its own, and I love it. It's just that that tire shop is that machine that's gonna power you, and it's like I know a lot of you guys watching me, we're very similar, right? And you guys think about, oh yeah, we like fast cars, right? We like to mess around and You know, we're very, very similar stuff. And I don't know. I just think like, I know a lot of tire guys, and a lot of tire guys love like the Chevys, right? Like Camaros, Corvettes, and then they burn out, they race or whatever, right? And so like, you know, that stuff is, you know, it's also costs money and important for yourself, right? To keep you sane, you know, to keep living life on your own, and like keep living your best life, they just call it, right? That you love it and continue to put in work, and you can, you know, test out stuff. And so like, just an example, like when it comes to the tires, and you have like those kind of cars, right? And all power levels, right? Whatever, you know, lower, you know, middle, like, or higher power, and you have these tires that you sell, and it's like, you know what, I gotta try these out myself, right? I gotta try these tires out myself, and so I can become like a better salesman when people will come and ask me about them. And this is a whole nother topic from the real estate stuff, but I'm just going into it now. So check it out. So then, like, you have, you know, your Toyos, you got your Nitos, you got your Goodyears, you got Michelin is more like a street tire, but like a higher performance street tire, like on the super sports. And so like, you try them out, and there's like multiple types. So you got the Toyo TQs, the R888s, you got, you know, the new Aceleras that have the drag radio, you got the Turo that the drag radio, you got all this stuff. You got the Nitos, the NT555Rs, you got all this stuff. And you know, you really gotta like test those things out on yourself, right? You gotta put them on your Camaro or put it on your cars and drive the fuck out of it. Try, like, go hard and just freaking, you know, test it everywhere. Go hard, and by the way, you're gonna buy them yourself. They're not gonna give them to you, right? And so then when you try them all on your cars, Hoosiers and everything, right? Mickey Thompsons, and you're gonna be the guy who actually tried them, and people are gonna ask you, hey, which one grips the best? Have you tried that just grips the best? Like, you just like it and all that, right? And so like, so you're in the business of the tire business, you gotta be the one also like figuring out how you can make money from this stuff, you know? And I just want to tell you, like, you know, for me, trying everything out, and, you know, selling tires, when it comes to people, like when it comes to you recommending stuff to the people on their cars, let's say for me, I really like the Toyo TQs. Those Toyo TQs grab very good on the street. You have a lot of power. You know, let's say on my car, like 1,000 horsepower on my cars. That you know, that shit even grips good on that car, man. You know, it's you know, I tried the R888s. You know, not as good as the TQs. You know, that thing's a road course tire, and the TQ is a drag radio. You know, pretty much like a street racing tire, right? You know, needles are pretty good, and you know, the thing is, like, on the Mickey Thompsons, they're good, but they have very bad customer service, and they're not always available. And I mean, yeah, you can say the Toyos sometimes they're not available and stuff like that, or the Nitos, but they're more available than the Mickey Thompsons. On average, they're just there compared to they're not there, right? And you gotta figure out, like, okay, well, you know what? I tried them all, and to me, I like the best TQs. I recommend them. I won't recommend the Mickey Thompsons because, number one time I bought a pair, they cracked on the side, and they only last like 5,000 miles, and I didn't even go that hard on them. Compared to like the Toyos, they last me like, you know, 10,000 or 15,000 miles or whatever, how hard I go. But they grip really good, and anytime they're available, I grab them. Well, I don't grab. I used to, but anytime they're available and people want me to, you know, get them from, I can grab them and sell it to them, right? I can't say the same thing about Mickey Thompsons. I can't say that, hey, I recommend them, and oh, let me give me some, all right? And it's like you go try to get them, they're not available, right? Oh, can I get a price? Takes you like freaking months to get a freaking price. True story. It's happened to me, and it's like, damn, like that. I can't make no money on Mickey Thompson's. Like, you know, I can't even sell them. They're not available. So it's like, okay, I'm gonna recommend these over here. But I'm just saying, like, you gotta try your own stuff when it comes to the, you know, where the rubber meets the road, right? You gotta try it out on your cars, cause you already know your cars anyways. Like you already have like the feeling of, okay, this tire is gonna last me this much on my car. I know my car. This car feels this way on the car. Oh, I know my car. Oh wow, this thing's really better than the other one, and I don't even gotta warm up that much. Just an example, right? Whatever it is, however you compare tires. BF Goodrich were really good back in the day. Now you can't even get those BF Goodrich somewhere. They're like gone, right? They're just, you know, those what are they called? Those the G-Force, you know, the OG G-Force, not the new one, not the AS, the old school G-Force, right? Those things were really good on the street. And you know, back in the day, you can grab those things and, you know, felt really good on the cars, but you can't recommend them no more because they're not even available. So it's like you don't even talk about them, right? I just want to throw that in there. I was just thinking about like, oh yeah, like you know, a lot of guys out here, they love the you know, their own cars, right? I mean, I don't know what you guys like, you know, but I know a lot of my guys out here, they like the old school Chevys, and they like to mess around with those cars like at the track, and they go real hard, and they're the ones who really know the tire, right? And you know, I have a lot, and by the way, since you're in the business, you have a lot of customers. Though I also tell you what do they see in the tires, and just an example, like what I hear everybody saying is that the Mickey Thompson is the best one out of all of them, but they don't last for nothing. Like I heard that they only like lasted like one track use day, and that's it. It just doesn't grip the same after that. So again, I'm not gonna recommend that stuff to like a customer. They will have a one good day and then it's done. Like it just doesn't feel the same. Like I'm just saying what I've heard when those and all that. But I tested them myself. You know, I didn't really like them because they crack on me. But you know, everybody's different, right? Maybe they want a really good drag freaking day, and they'll freaking pay very expensive tire money to get those tires. They have a great day at the track, and then, you know, they never use the car for the rest of the year. You know, it could be one of those guys that, oh yeah, I want the best for that day. But I don't know, I just thought about, like, you know, a lot of guys like the Camaros, a lot of tire shop guys, right? Anyways, but yeah, there's so much things I want to talk about. I mean, it's been a long time since I made a video, and I just thought I threw in a little bit of everything in there in this video. I just thought, like, you know, there's people that, you know, thinking about what's next, right? After already having a successful business, there's people that are getting into it, and how do I, you know, sell, or how? I mean, I just, you know, thought about, like, hey, for those guys, you know, buy tires and try them out yourself. And I'm talking about buy new ones and try them out. I'm not saying buy used ones, because it's a whole different story. You can buy the used drag radials. You know, those things are harder. It's like, man, those things just like, I had that too. I would, like, you know, when I was like barely coming up, and I would love to like buy like, save like the 295 35 18s. I had a bunch at my house of pairs, and I tried them all, right? And you know, from then I even drag radial ones in there, and I was like, man, these things are freaking overrated. Like, they don't grip as good and all that stuff. Like, when it comes to like the drag radial stuff. And well, yeah, I mean, it's old stuff, and like you can't really, you know, compare the old to the new. Try them out when they're new, and I did do that. And then it's like, oh, well, now this is what it's supposed to feel like, right? But I tried them all. I mean, these old school NT 555s, the R's. And there's the new ones too, but there's the old ones. Those were all, I ran those for many years. They look really cool, and I really like them how they look. They look like nice and like bulky, and so they look really cool in the car, but they don't grab as good as like a Toyo, right? But I used to sell those a lot too. You know, I would like try them out. I'll have them in my cars. People would look at them, you know, because people, that's how people think. They're like, oh yeah, let's see what the Llantero uses, you know, like let's see what the tire shop guy uses. Oh, look at it. Oh, they got needles on them. I want those just because, you know, I have them on. It's just an example because they think, oh yeah, like this guy has them because they're the best tires. But it's not true, you know. You just use what you want to try out, and I liked them back then just because of the way they looked. But I knew that there was better tires that grip better. But anyways, I'll let you guys go, and I'm gonna try to make another video for you guys tomorrow. I know it's freaking, you know, been a long time, but I don't want to just keep going on this video. I know people got things to do. So I'll let you guys go, and I'll see you guys next time. Mamba out.